everyone! Today is the day that we're going to start our virtual workshops for our existing Outside Edge participants. So we're going to have Right Now and also Drop-in Drama coming to you live, to your living room, to your garden shed, to your kitchen, and wherever you can find a space. With that in mind, I'm going to give you some top tips so that you, once you're in the workshop, you don't have anything that's going to distract you about using video. So for those of you that are using video, I'm going to give you some top tips about how to get yourself ready, how to get your surroundings ready, so that you can make the most of the workshop once it starts. Just to get ahead of things really, so that you're not halfway through doing rubber chicken and realise that you're going to fling your arm into something, or that you haven't got a desk to write for right now. So here come my top tips. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a room where there's nobody else. So you really want to find somewhere where there's as little distraction as possible. So if you live in a household with somebody else, or if you've got pets that could be raucous in the middle of a workshop, what you're going to want to do is just clear the whole space out so it's just you. It doesn't have to be a large space at all. You're just going to need enough room to move, I'd say, this much. So just do a little side step maybe, and a step forward. So if you give yourself that kind of square stepping platform, then great. What's more important is your reach. So as anyone that's attended Drop-in Drama before, we often start with a lovely warm-up led by Julia. So this, which has been coined by one of our participants as the human fan, is what you need to be doing to make sure you're not going to hit anything. So I'm missing all my plants here on the edge, and I'm not going to hit anything. If there is something, because we're doing it ahead of time, no problem. All you've got to do is just move it out the way. Second thing you're going to want to think about is where you're propping your camera up. So at the moment I'm just using a phone and I'm just propping it against my bookshelf. So you want to be able to see and be seen probably about this much. So if you think about kind of to the belly level if possible. If it's more here, that's fine. Just work with what you've got. Honestly, we're all learning and trying to get the best place. So don't worry if you've only got a little bit, but the more of you we can see and that you can see, the better. Finally, the thing you're going to want to think about for your space and getting your surroundings ready is your background. We're very aware that we're in your homes. We're not in Munster Road. We're not in West Kensington Tenants Hall. We're coming to your house. So glance behind you or use the camera if you're using a front-facing camera to scan what can be seen in shot. Is there anything there that you wouldn't want someone to see? It could be something that's going to be distracting for you or could be distracting or offensive for someone else. So just be really mindful that your background is as neutral as possible, and even if there is clutter like I've got here and here, and I've got unsightly bins and a bicycle in the hall, that's fine. We're not looking for kind of quality picture and beauty. It's just that there's nothing there that's going to distract me or anybody else in the session. So deal with it now and move it out. So we're happy with our space. What next? We're going to think about how to get you ready and what you need. I would say getting yourself ready, get yourself dressed. It might sound like an obvious thing that we'd never have to say in a normal workshop setting, but during social distancing and self-isolation, sometimes you just don't get out of your pyjamas, and that can put you in a certain headspace. So wear what you'd normally wear to a workshop. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm not saying get your suit and tie on and do a full blowout and make yourself look Oscar carpet ready. Just wear something that you can move in. So I've just got a jumper and back up a bit and some jeans. That's all you need. You just need something you can move in and that you're comfortable in, and that is going to put you in the right mind space to do some really creative and fun work. So not really your penguin pajamas. Okay, so next is what do you need for the session? Let's start with Right Now, because that comes first chronologically. For Right Now, you just need a writing utensil and a notebook. We're not fussed about what style, just whatever you're comfortable to write in. So if you want to get a notebook that you normally use for Right Now, then great, because it can store all of your writing in one space for weeks to come. If not, just a piece of paper. If you don't have paper, find the back of an envelope or a corner of a magazine, just something you can write on. It doesn't need to be fantastic, it just needs to be something you can write on. Then I've got my trusty pencil case, and I'm going to bring this pen my little Nessie pen. So feel free to bring any pen you've got, pen, pencil, anything that you can write with comfortably, and that's what you'll need for right now in terms of utensils. I would also say have a surface to write on. So if you don't have a desk like me, I don't have a desk here, I don't really have a table, I've just got a trusty coffee table that I'll bring into sight. So I've got this little coffee table and that will do just perfectly. If you don't have a coffee table, you can use a book. Let's see what I've got on my bookshelf. Use a hardback book, anything that's going to give you a little bit of support in writing, or a record, or a chopping board. I mean, you guys are super creative, so anything that's got a little bit of sturdiness that you can write on, so you're not kind of having to write directly onto your lap, and that'll impede your experience. If you're coming to Drop in Drama, as always, you need nothing. You just need yourself. I'd say get a chair, so that if there are periods where we're sitting down and watching one another, you have a chair in sight so that you can be seen standing, and a chair to the side that you can pull in and sit down for those kind of check-in moments, or watching others' performances, or just for when you need to take a load off your legs. So I think that's everything. You should be ready. So you want to get yourself ready. You want to get your surroundings ready. You want to get your tools, your equipment, the stuff that you're going to need. If you don't have any of those things, or you're worried about them, ring us on the normal number or email me at admin@edgetc.org, and I can try and help you through that. But like I say, we're all learning, so don't worry. This is just our very first week and we're super excited to see you all, so we can't wait. See you then.